You swipe your card for a carton of eggs. The machine pauses. Declined. Pulse hammers like a war drum. You check your phone. $104,200 a year, the national median income, and your balance is a ghost town. 40% of Americans earning that exact figure live paycheck to paycheck, not because they are lazy, because the system is built to drain them. You work 50 hours a week. You skip the stakes. The math still fails every single month. This is not your fault. This is a trap with your name on it. An invisible enemy siphons your wealth while you sleep, while you scroll, while you clock in. Most gurus say, budget harder. They are selling you a Band-Aid for a bullet wound. You do not need a budget. You need a total reset. In the next few minutes, the hidden machinery of your financial drain gets exposed, layer by layer. Stay until the end. A 90-day blueprint is waiting. The system is rigged, but there is an exit, and you are about to find it. Here is what most people do not realize. Your bank is a magician, and you are the volunteer on stage. You deposit $1,000. Under fractional reserve banking, the bank keeps $100 in the vault and lends out the other $900. Two people now believe they own the same cash. Money appears from nothing. This engine runs silently beneath every dollar you earn. Since 1972, the British pound has lost 90% of its purchasing power. The US dollar is on the same road. Every new loan the bank issues quietly shrinks the dollars sitting in your pocket. It is a tax on your sweat that nobody voted for. Beef prices are up 15%. Orange juice, 22%. You are a sprinter racing a jet plane. The grocery aisle is the scoreboard, and you are losing. This is not inflation as an accident. This is inflation as a design feature. Your labor shrinks. Their balance sheets grow. The system does not hate you. It simply does not need you to win. Now you hit the first wall. The housing trap. You are 28. You did everything right. Good grades. Stable job. Alarm buzzes at dawn, and dread floods in like a riptide because the dream home keeps moving further away. In 2025, 233 American cities have average starter homes priced at $1 million or more. 5 years ago, that number was 85. To afford a median-priced home today, you must earn $100,000 to $21,400 just to keep housing costs under 30% of your income. 65% of working-age renters are cost-burdened. Nothing remains after rent takes its cut. 8 million adults have moved back in with their parents. Not failure? Math. Today's 7% mortgage rate is a riptide compared to the 3% your parents locked in a decade ago. The door to homeownership has not just narrowed, it has slammed shut on an entire generation. The system calls this a market correction. You call it every Sunday night when the week looms ahead. This is where it gets really interesting and dangerous. The system now dangles fresh bait. Let Americans raid their 401k retirement savings to buy a house. Politicians are pushing it. The headlines make it sound like relief. You might be thinking, finally, a solution. Stop. This is financial quicksand. Picture this. You pull $75,000 from your 401k for a down payment. It feels like borrowing from yourself. You are actually burning your future. That same $75,000 untouched compounds into $290,000 over 20 years. You just surrendered $215,000 in growth for a house you may not be able to afford to maintain. You become house rich and cash poor. The market dips. You lose your job. You cannot eat the kitchen cabinets. A broken furnace at $3,500 becomes a crisis instead of an inconvenience. The 401k was a shield. The system wants you to crack it open like a piggy bank. Do not let them talk you into dismantling your only armor. Welcome to Level 2, The Henry Trap, high earner, not rich yet. You pull in $300,000, corner office, high-rise apartment, 1,000 thread Egyptian cotton sheets. Morning light filters through the floor-to-ceiling windows. But your net worth is a desert. This is lifestyle creep, and it moves like a quiet tide. It starts with a housekeeper. 30 hours a week at $35 an hour because your time is valuable. Then a car upgrade because reliability matters. Then a restaurant membership because networking is an investment. Each choice sounds rational alone. Together they become a cage. You cannot quit the job that is grinding you down because the mortgage demands every dollar of your bonus. An extra $120,000 saved annually compounds into $1.6 million over 10 years. Instead, it evaporates into status symbols that deliver a 2-day glow and a lifetime of financial stagnation. Income is not wealth. Cash flow is not freedom. The Henry Trap looks like success from the outside and feels like a prison from the inside. The drain does not stop at the penthouse. Meet the suburban squeeze. You move to the outskirts for peace. Quiet streets, good schools, space to breathe. 5 a.m. hits, coffee cold, mind spinning, because the math of suburban life is brutal. The average car costs $12,182 a year to own and operate. Maintenance adds another $12,000. You drive just to buy milk. Then comes the delivery fee trap. Friday night, exhausted, you order a $20 pizza. By the time the app stacks service charges, mileage fees, and tips, that pizza costs $45. Do this twice a week, and you bleed over $4,000 a year on convenience. 30% of Americans use spending as a coping mechanism for the very financial stress the system creates. A dopamine hit when the package arrives, dread when the statement lands. You are working for your car payment, your app fees, and your delivery driver, not for your own future. The system sells you comfort as a substitute for freedom. Phase 1 of the 90-day reset begins now. The radical audit. For 30 days, you face the mirror with no filter. This is not a budget. It is a war map. You are looking for your bleed number, the exact dollars leaving your account that you cannot account for. Zombie subscriptions, delivery markups, convenience fees. Most people discover $500 to $1,000 vanishing monthly on things they barely use and do not actually enjoy. Here is the cold truth. 51.5% of American adults cannot absorb an unexpected $1,000 expense without going into debt. A broken dishwasher at $264 or a leaky pipe at $210 should not derail a month. But for millions, it does. You are the CEO of your financial life. The CEO does not guess. The CEO reads the books. With brutal honesty, line by line. This month, your only job is awareness. Find the leaks. Name them. Locate every dollar that left without permission. You cannot plug a hole you refuse to look at. Phase 2 runs from day 31 to day 60. Singular goal alignment. Here is what most people don't realize. Trying to fix everything at once fixes nothing. When 10 things are urgent, 0 things move. You choose one target. For most people starting from 0, that target is a $1,000 stability fund. The wall between you and debt when life breaks. To hit $1,000 in 90 days, you save $11 per day. 1 skipped takeout meal. 1 declined impulse buy. 21% of Americans name credit card debt as their biggest financial regret. Because interest does not sleep. It redistributes wealth from your pocket to a shareholder's dividend. Attack one small debt using the snowball method. Smallest balance first, full force. Watch it hit 0. That moment rewires your brain. You stop feeling like a victim of the system. You start moving like someone who has a plan. One goal, total focus, no distractions. The math is finally on your side. Phase 3, day 61 to day 90, systematization. You stop sprinting. You become the coach. Willpower is a battery. It drains by noon. Automation is a machine that never sleeps. Set up a save first structure. Your savings move before your paycheck hits your spending account. If you never see it, you never miss it. Now, a reset in thinking. Your credit score is not a measure of wealth. It is a measure of how reliably you stay in debt. An 800 score means the system trusts you to keep paying interest, not that you are financially free. Shift to asset-backed thinking. Stop asking how to make more money. Start asking how your money can make more money. Move capital into growth assets that outpace the real inflation rate. A savings account earning 0.5% against 10% real inflation is not saving. It is slow bleeding. You are no longer a consumer reacting to the system. You are an owner building against it. The reset ends here. The wealth begins. The system wants you exhausted, distracted, convinced that broke is your natural state. But now you have the math. You have the map. You know the housing trap, the Henry trap, the suburban squeeze, the delivery fee drain. You know the 3 phases. Dawn cracks, and for the first time, the dread does not flood in, because you have a plan. And a plan is power. The 90-day reset is not a miracle. It is a decision. Audit your last 30 days. Find your $11 a day. Kill one debt. Automate one save. Start today, not Monday. If this video cracks something open for you, hit the like button right now. Not for the algorithm, because truth deserves to travel. Share this with one person who is tired of the squeeze. Drop reset in the comments if your 90 days start today. And subscribe to the channel because this channel exists for one reason: to hand you the exit codes the system never wanted you to have. The door is open. Walk through it. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute legal, accounting, securities, investment, tax, or other professional advice. Financial decisions involve risk. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All viewers must conduct their own personal research and consult with qualified professional advisors before making any financial decisions. The creator assumes no liability for any losses incurred from the use of this information.